It's really weird too to admit, because like it's also the one thing that keeps me from dating, because that just feels like an embarrassing thing to bring up. Oh yeah, actually, how many relationships have you been in? Zero. I've never experienced love, actually.
Whenever, guys, if you have, especially it gets worse as the woman gets older, okay? But especially if you encounter a 29-year-old woman who says that she's never been in a romantic relationship, like she has never had a relationship. That's what she just said there. Okay. At the start, she said, "Oh, I've never had a long-term relationship," and then it changed into "I've never had a romantic relationship," and now it's changed to "I've never had a relationship." So, we've changed definitions 3 times here, by the way, but that is part and parcel of watching a modern woman's TikTok. There is no logical consistency. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode we are going to be kicking it off with this woman who says that she has never felt romantic love or been in a long-term relationship, and she is almost 29 years old. So this is one of those women, guys, who jumps on the internet and who says, "Oh, I'm embarrassed because I haven't been able to get a relationship with a man." And usually what has happened is that these women have had many experiences with men. They have an incredible amount of baggage, but they like to jump on the internet and kind of paint this picture that they are a saint. So let's take a listen. Let's see if I'm being too harsh on the woman already, and we'll see what she has to say. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Let's jump in.
I'm about to be 29 years old in less than 2 months, and I've never experienced romantic love. I've never been in a long-term relationship, and that's embarrassing as fuck for me to admit. Even more embarrassing, and feels even more ick to admit, is that I would like to experience that, and I actually wish for it. The longest time, I know that I have put on the facade of ill, love, gross, cringe. People ask, "Oh, have you been dating?" No, I can't be bothered. It's not that I can't be bothered, I don't know what's stopping me, other than the fact that I live in Florida right now. But I think admitting it out loud, though, saying that I've never experienced romantic love, it feels embarrassing because it validates all the shit that my mind tells me about myself.
Okay, so let's pause it here. I was absolutely correct to roast this woman. So she's 29 years of age. She never cared for dating. She never cared for love. She never cared for finding her person. But now, guys, all of a sudden, we are 29 years of age. Just on time, guys. You can set your watch to this crap, okay? Oh, would you look at that? 29 years of age. Here comes the TikTok videos talking about how we want something serious, okay? So she has never had, apparently, any sort of romantic relationship. Now, what does this mean? What she's saying here is that the men that she wants never wanted to commit to her. So she had her situationships, she had her flings with Chad, with Tyrone, whatever word you want to use to describe these men. And of course, none of these men wanted to commit to her. So here we are at 29 years of age. And by the way, the women like this, guys, will sit there and tell you, "I wish that I could find romantic love," right? I pray one day that I can find love. These women have access to love, guys, okay? They're not like men. A man can go his entire life being completely invisible to women. It is not the same for women. So when women say crap like this, it's not that they don't have access to love. It's just that they don't get love from the guy who meets their requirements. They don't get love from the guy who's 6 foot plus, who makes 6 figures, that sort of a thing, or whatever specific requirements that she has. So I don't really feel empathy for these women, but let's continue.
I'm not pretty enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not good enough. And it sucks, because it's like, okay, will I ever experience that? Because everyone around me has. And funny enough, I'm the first one to watch shows like from scratch, one day, normal people. I just started this weekend actually. And I will sit there and I will cry with the characters. I will bawl. I will empathetically feel what they're feeling. But I've never felt it a damn day in my life.
Am I the only one who thinks it's crazy? Right? This must just be like a women thing, man. I don't, why would you watch these shows that are just going to make you incredibly sad? I don't watch things that would make me feel incredible amounts of sadness. Why would I do that to myself? But women, guys, they love it. They'll watch all the sad romance things where one of the characters passes away and it's the most heartbreaking crap, and they'll cry, and at the end of it they'll be like, wow, what a great movie. No, it's a terrible movie. But she's watching all of her friends get married, probably. She's watching all of her friends get in these long-term relationships, and she's just still here hoping, praying one day for Prince Charming. And I want to say this, okay? It has nothing to do with how this woman looks. It has nothing to do with her body fat percentage. She has it in her, in her mind that it's because of her weight or whatever. It actually has very little to do with the way these women look. Like this woman looks normal. She's not disfigured or anything. She has access to a lot of different men, but she's probably just been traded out for other women who are more attractive by Chad. So what she sees from her experience, okay, she goes out there, she dates a guy. The guy doesn't want to commit to her, but he'll go out there and commit maybe later to a more attractive woman. So she'll think, oh, if only I was prettier, if only I was thinner. When in reality, it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the selection of men. There are women out there, guys, with like body fat percentages that make that are classified as very unhealthy, and they can still find boyfriends. So it has nothing to do with that. It really doesn't.
Twistedly enough, I want to feel that heartbreak, because that heartbreak validates that love was real.
You're
But I've never
crazy.
even felt that, because obviously I've never felt the love romantically. So I questioned, like, will I ever? Will I ever?
No.
And the sad part is I watch those shows because I think that's like the closest I'll get probably in this lifetime to
boo-hoo.
experiencing that type of love. How sad is that? It's really weird too, to admit, because like it's also the one thing that keeps me from dating, because that just feels like an embarrassing thing to bring up. Oh yeah, actually, how many relationships have we been in? Zero. I've never experienced love, actually.
Whenever, guys, if you have, especially, it gets worse as the woman gets older, okay? But especially if you encounter a 29-year-old woman who says that she's never been in a romantic relationship, like she has never had a relationship. That's what she just said there. Okay. At the start, she said, oh, I've never had a long-term relationship. And then it changed into, I've never had a romantic relationship. And now it's changed to, I've never had a relationship. So, we've changed definitions 3 times here, by the way, but that is part and parcel of watching a modern woman's TikTok. There is no logical consistency. But throwing away that for a second, this woman has, let's just take her at face value, okay? She's never been in a romantic relationship. This is one of the biggest red flags. And you might say, well, Taylor, don't you want to date a woman who hasn't been with a whole bunch of guys? This woman has been with so many dudes. Just because she has not been in a serious relationship, or whatever terms she wants to use to describe it, does not mean that she has not been with like 100 dudes. Like, let's be very clear about this. No relationship does not mean that the woman has been celibate the entire time. Okay, it's very clear. People, like, you'll have dudes who will watch something like this and they won't know any better, so they will empathize with the woman. But this is the type of woman who would walk all over the average man who thinks that she's above him and who would never give him a chance throughout her regular life. Okay, so you'll have simps who will watch this, or you'll have men that don't understand, and they'll think, oh, well, poor woman. Like, no, this woman absolutely deserves this. This is an what's the word I'm looking for? A deliberate life decision that this woman has made. And the decision is, I'm above the average man. I don't need a relationship with one, but now we're 25 and we're having, 29 and we're having breakdowns.
It's shitty. But yeah, just a 29-year-old girl who's been single her whole life, and I think I've gotten so comfortable with that it's just this comfortable space, even though it's not the space I want to be in. I do want to experience the love, but you just end up getting so comfortable with what you know that even if you want more, lust for more, long for more, it's like, well, this is how I know my life to be, so whatever.
This video is just emanating, you know, I want you to pity me. I want the audience to feel bad for me. Guys, please understand, there is no need to feel bad for this woman. This is an active decision that this woman makes throughout her life, guys. Again, these women have incredible amounts of opportunities when it comes to dating. Okay, like the average man, let me put this in perspective. The average man cannot even fathom how many options rather, a woman like this has in her dating life. Like this is something that the average man will never truly understand. And this woman has so much leverage. She has so much power in the dating market. She has the ability to get a boyfriend. She has the ability, despite the fact that she's crazy and 29, to go out there and get married and have children and do all of the things that, you know, constitute a serious romantic relationship. But she doesn't want to do these things with the average man. Hence why she's still single. She's still chasing the highly attractive guys, you know? This is a woman who appears innocent on the outside, guys, but please understand that is absolutely not the case. We are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.